everyone, this is Lori here with Lori Hooks. Welcome. Thanks for hanging out with me today. So today's video is just going to be a crochet and chat. I just came back from vacation a couple days ago, so I thought that I would talk about that. There'll be a little bit of chat about knit and crochet in this video, as well as I bought a tiny bit of yarn and I have I want to just talk about the store that I bought the yarn in. So anyways, if you watched my video before today, I was telling you that I was about to go on vacation. We left last Saturday and we came back this Saturday, so we were gone for 7 days. We went camping, or some might call it glamping, because we do have a trailer. Our trailer is a small hybrid trailer, so it has 2 beds on the ends that fold out that have canvas tops on them. So, yeah. So, we took a while to get going on Saturday morning. We left, well, we hadn't finished packing up, so we started packing everything up, and we were just finishing doing that when our daughter called, and she is working away up north for the summer. So when she calls, I like to have a visit with her, and she has Saturdays off. So Saturday is a good day for a phone visit with her. So I spent an hour gabbing with her on the phone, and while I talked to her, I packed up the yarn projects that I was going to work on, which I brought a big skein of Bernat Handicraft or cotton with me to work on knit dishcloths in the car, because that's usually my go-to car project. And I brought the yarn. My daughter talked me into bringing the yarn to work on daisy squares for her daisy square blanket, but I didn't actually work on any daisy squares while I was away. I also brought this yarn with me. This is MJ's Granny crochet top pattern, which I restarted this while I was away, so I worked up this much of it while I was gone. But yeah, I brought the yarn for this with me. I think that's about all I brought. I did bring one of the Red Heart All-in-One Granny Square skeins with me, but I didn't work on that either. I just worked on knit dishcloths, and I worked on this one, which I did finish while I was gone, 2 knit dishcloths, and these ones are really big. They're like 12.5 inches each. So these are knit. This is just a granny, what do they call it? Grandma's dishcloth is what the pattern's called. It's just a simple knit corner to corner dishcloth. I worked mine using a 6.5 millimeter knitting needle, and I went up to 50 stitches wide. And as I said, they're about 12.5 inches each. I finished the 2 of them, and I started a third. It's about half done, and it's still in my go bag. I did not sew in the ends. So those are the only 2 projects that I worked on crochet-wise. And the other yarny thing that I did was we were camping near Wyerton, Ontario. Wyerton was the closest town to where we were, which Wyerton is a very small town. It doesn't have any franchise type dollar stores there. All they had, I needed to go to the dollar store, and they had a store there called, it's on here, Great Canadian Dollar Store. It was like on the main road in the main area there. So I went in that store looking for dollar store type stuff. Sorry, I thought somebody was at the door. I needed dollar store type things. I needed some hand soap, and I needed a new tablecloth for the picnic table, and I needed a spatula for the kitchenette. And anyway, so I went in there to looking for these things, and in there I found yarn. There was lots of things in there that weren't dollar store type things. The store was a little bit more expensive than your typical dollar store was. It's a small town. It's going to cost the money to get things there. It's just the way that it is. There isn't any Walmart there. There's no... the only grocery store there they have is Foodland. They have no franchise restaurants, like no McDonald's, nothing like that there. There was a Tim Hortons. Those were the only franchise type things there, just the Foodland and the Tim Hortons. I don't remember seeing anything else. Oh, and there was a Circle K. I don't even remember what the gas station was there, but it's a very small town. But this dollar store sold yarn. I'm walking down one of the aisles and I saw Lily Sugar and Cream, and the small balls of Lily Sugar and Cream were on sale for $2.50 each. And sitting with them, there was some of these, which these are Bernat Handicrafter Stripey. And these are these old, really soft stripey yarns, which they don't make anymore. So it was really nice to come across some of these. The price tag on this says $2.98. I don't know if I actually paid $2.98 for them because they were sitting with the Lily Sugar and Cream that was marked down to $2.50. And I didn't check my receipt. So then when I saw these, I thought, I wonder if there's other yarn here. I bought 2 of these, by the way. I wonder if there's other yarn here. And so I walked around the store more, and at the back wall, there was a whole wall of yarn there. I was just blown away, and it was all a very reasonable price, like slightly less than what you would pay at Walmart or Michael's. And I imagine that's where they got this yarn from. So I was really surprised that they had the yarn in there for that kind of price. And when I was checking out, I was the only person in line. So I was talking to what I'm assuming is the store owner, and there was another lady with him. Based on their age difference, I would say that she could very well have been his mother. She said, I commented that the price for the yarn was very good. And he said, and you only bought 2 things though. And I said, well, I'm on vacation and I really don't have room to bring more yarn. And I'm sure my husband's not going to be happy if I bring more yarn home. I already have a lot. And he kind of smiled and laughed. And so then the lady, who I'm presuming was his mother, she asked me what I was going to use the yarn for. Was I going to make dishcloths? And I said, well, I could use it to make dishcloths, or lately I've been making, so my daughter had me make her some bucket hats. And she said, oh, the kids are into crocheted bucket hats? And I said, yeah, I said I made her a couple granny stitch bucket hats, and I told her which YouTube tutorial I used to make them. And she seemed very interested. She clearly crochets herself. She said that she's not really into wearing crochet, but she was going to look up the bucket hat tutorial. So I don't know, she didn't say if she had somebody to make the bucket hats for, but yeah. So she seemed interested in that. So they were very nice people. It was very interesting that they had yarn in this store. If they advertise better out on the street what actually they had, they might sell more yarn, but I didn't see any indication from the street that they had yarn. But yeah. So that was called the Great Canadian Dollar Store, and that was in Wyerton. So Wyerton was like 20 minutes away from the campground that we were staying at. The campground was on very close to the shore of Lake Huron. It was close to a public beach, which was a dog-friendly beach, which is convenient for us because we have a dog. And we are not much into beaches, but we like to go to the beach and watch the sunset at night, or just to walk down in the evening and watch the water. So we did that several nights while we were there. We also went to some area hiking trails, and we'll call it hiking. It wasn't very much of a hike, but we went and walked some easier trails that my husband and I felt like we wanted to walk on. We went to something called, I think it's called Brian's Caves, and walked that. I'm not sure. I did take some pictures while we were there, but I didn't really look to see how well they were. See if I have a picture of Brian's Caves, and if I do, I'll post it here. But we went and looked out there, went for a walk there. We also drove around, saw some local things. We drove down to Sabo Beach and looked around there. Not very much because it is not a dog-friendly beach. You can't take your dog on the beach there. But we went down there. We also went to Sabo Falls while we were there. Walked around there. The rocks would be very slippery for dogs. So you're allowed to take your dog there and you're allowed to walk around with them and stuff. But I was very worried about her falling and getting hurt. So we didn't go too close to the water except around areas that I wasn't worried about her. We did go to the bottom where the falls are, and it's a little more sandy there, and let her walk around in the water. She's not a water dog. She likes to go in about as far as her tummy, and then she comes back out again. But yeah, so we went to Sabo Falls, we went to Sabo Beach, we went to the local public beach that was there several times, we went to Brian's Caves, we walked around downtown Wyerton. The rest of the week we spent mostly at our trailer, just chilling, hanging out, resting. Wednesday was the day that the remnants from the hurricane was in our area, so it started raining around dawn. Rain's pretty loud in the trailer, so it tends to wake me up. Once I get used to it a bit, then I can sleep with it raining, but it did wake me up when it first started, and it rained most of the day there. Not hard, and it wasn't windy or anything. It just like a steady rain when it rained. It did stop for a while, several times that we were able to go sit outside for a bit, but it was raining when we got up in the morning, and it was also raining when we went to bed that night, and in the evening we couldn't have a campfire that day. But we had a campfire almost every other night that we were there. We didn't on the Saturday night that we arrived because I was just tired and I didn't feel like it. I think pretty much every other night we were there we had a campfire. We played some cards. I crocheted and I knitted a bit. The day that it was raining, we both caught up on our work emails and stuff like that. And that was pretty much our week. We spent lots of time relaxing. Sophie was very happy to spend all day hanging out with us. We don't generally leave her in the trailer on her own, so she went with us everywhere we went, and because it was so warm outside, we couldn't leave her in the car at all. So when we went to get groceries, one of us would have to go into the grocery store and the other one would have to wait with her in the car. But yeah, that was our week. It was a nice, relaxing week. We came home and our house was still standing. Our son was home all week. Well, he wasn't home on the weekend. He went to visit my parents the weekend that we left. And he had something that he was going to Friday night. And during the day on Saturday, the weekend that we came home. So he was just home during the week and didn't manage to do anything to our house while we were gone. You know, he's not a child. He's 28. He can manage to look after the house. But last year we did come home to a very large burn spot in our grass because he's a boy and they do things. But he didn't do anything while we were gone this time, so that was good. So yeah, that was our week. It was very relaxing. We came home and I had like 3 loads of laundry to catch up on and to put everything away, but had that done by Sunday afternoon, and so now, yeah. So I'm sorry I don't have more crochet or knit things to talk about, but it is what it is. You know, we were relaxing, taking things as I go. I did crochet and knit when I felt like it, and just took the time to hang out with each other and spend time together, which is what we needed. So yeah. So I think that's it for today. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for subscribing to my channel. If you like this video, please like it, and I will see you next time on Lori Hooks. Bye everyone.